What do parents really want for their kids? Call it character, integrity, virtue, morality, or ethics. Whatever term you use, it comes down to living a values-based life. Yes, parents want children who are bright and intelligent, who find success and achievement, who are content with themselves and happy with others. But in a deep and essential way, parents long to raise good kids. In other words, they want children who know how to do three things: live by sound guidelines, arrive at wise decisions, and have the courage of their convictions. Put another way, they want children capable of knowing what's right, making tough choices, and standing for conscience. This audiobook is about these three things. We call them lenses, ways of looking at the world to magnify the goodness, spot the pitfalls, and show the way forward. The first of these concepts, knowing what's right, helps you and your children focus on the 5 shared moral values that are common to cultures around the world: honesty, responsibility, respect, fairness, and compassion. Turn this lens around, and it defines unethical behavior. What's unethical is whatever is dishonest, irresponsible, disrespectful, unfair, or lacking in compassion. As a parent, what do you do when your small-framed 13-year-old tells you his best friend's mom took the two of them to the movies, told the box office he was 11, and bought him a 12-and-under child's ticket? To him, she was being irresponsible, even dishonest. But she may have seen it as thrifty, even clever. What should he do the next time that happens? In a world that's losing the ability to choose right over wrong, the knowing what's right lens is an essential tool. But what happens when two deeply held values come into conflict with each other? The second lens, making tough choices, helps you see that the world's hardest calls are about right versus right, not right versus wrong. What do you do when loyalty pulls you one way, but truth-telling pulls you another, or when what's good for your child is bad for the group? How do you respond when justice comes down on one side and mercy on the other, or when short-term needs are pitted against long-term requirements? Our toughest dilemmas arise when these 4 patterns emerge. In our shorthand, we call them paradigms and label them as truth versus loyalty, individual versus community, justice versus mercy, and short-term versus long-term. Suppose your daughter, who stars on her high school basketball team, assures you she's kept up with her homework despite frequent long road trips. But the day of the playoffs, just as she's leaving home for the game, a letter arrives from the school saying she's failing all her courses. You want to confront her this instant, although that could wreck the game for everyone. Your wife urges you to wait until later, even though that might diminish the seriousness of the matter in your daughter's eyes. In this short-term versus long-term dilemma, what do you do when you and your wife are each right, but you can't do both things at once? The making tough choices lens gives you and your children a framework for addressing life's difficult decisions.